Hi! In this video we're going to learn how to change from a fraction to a decimal. So we're going to try to change these 4 fractions into decimal to see which decimal is being represented by each one of the fractions. And the process is really easy. We only have to divide. That's it. You have to divide the numerator, the number on top, into the denominator, the number in the bottom. So for example, in this first fraction, we have to divide 1 into 4. So remember this. We write the number on top is going to go into the division, and the number at the bottom is going to go outside. Remember that the order is going to change. Here is 1 over 4, here is 4, and then 1. Okay? 1 divided 4. And I hope you remember how to divide using fractions. Let's see if you remember. Remember, we're always going to try to find how many times does the number outside fit into the number inside. So, how many times does the 4 fit into the 1? 0 times, right? Because 1 is less than 4. So, 4 in 1 fits 0 times. 0 times 4 is 0, and we subtract. And this is 1. That's it. We finished for now, right? But remember, we're talking about decimals. And when we divide by decimals, you can write a 0 and as many zeros, a point and as many zeros as you want after the point. In this case, me, for example, I'm going to ask just for 2 decimals. If you need more decimal places, you can add as many zeros as you can. So, once again, 4 fits 0 times in 1. 0 times 4 is 0, and we subtract. The answer, the subtraction is 1. Now, I'm going to bring the 0 down, but before bringing the 0 down, I have a point here, so I'm going to put that point on top. And then I can bring the 0 down. So this is going to be a 10. How many times does the 4 fit in the 10? 4 times 2 is 8, right? And it's the closest one to 10. So it's going to work. Now we subtract. This is going to be a 2. And I can now bring down the 0 that is to the right. Now, how many times does the 4 fit in the 20? It fits 5 times. And 5 times 4 is 20. And we subtract. 20 minus 20 is 0. That's it. We already finished. So, 1 over 4 is the same as 0.25. So whenever we talk about 0.25, we're talking about 1/4 of a unit. That's it. Really simple. Remember, the only thing we have to do, we have to divide the numerator into the denominator. The number on the top goes inside, the number at the bottom goes outside, and that's it. Let's see our second step, or our second exercise. 3 over 7. So, once again, we're going to divide 3 divided 7. Remember, the fraction is a division, okay? 3 divided 7. So, the 3 is going to go inside, the number on the top goes inside, and the number at the bottom goes outside. So, how many times does the 7 fit in the 3? No time, right? 0 times, because 3 is less than 7. Now, if you want, you can skip this first part. And we already know that we have to put a point here. I'm going to do it in red. Just give me a second. A point here. Okay, so I erase this. Okay, a point here and 2 zeros because I'm going to ask for 2 decimal places. So, if you want, you can skip this part and just start from here. But I'm going to do the whole process. 0 times 7 is 0. I subtract, and this is 3. I'm going to bring the 0 down, but before the 0 there is a point, so I have to put the point on top. Now I can bring the 0 down, and this is going to be a 30. How many times does the 7 fit in the 30? 4 times, right? Because 4 times 7 is 28, and 4 times 5 is and 7 times 5 is 35, and it's already more than 30, so it has to be 28. And we subtract, and this is going to be 2. Now, what am I going to do? I'm going to bring the next 0 down, and now I have 20. 7 times what is close to 20? 7 times 2 is 14. And we subtract, and the remainder is 6. I already have 2 decimal places. I already asked for 2 decimal places. That's it. So 3 over 7 is the same as saying 0.42. Easy, right? Let's see another one. I have two more examples here, but look at this. These examples are a little bit different because these are mixed numbers, but it's really easy. Look at this, really easy. The only thing we're going to do is the fraction, okay? We're going to forget about the whole number and we're going to work with the fraction. Same as always. The number on top inside, the number in the bottom outside. 2 divided by 5. And we solve the operation. So it's how many times does 5 fit in the 2? It fits 0 times. 0 times 5 is 0. I subtract and I got 2. Once again, I'm going to add the point and the 2 zeros. And now I can keep dividing. So I'm going to bring the 0 down. Before the 0, there is a point here. I put it right here on top. And I bring the 0 down. 5 times what is close to 20? 5 times 4 is actually 20, right? So 4 times 5 is 20. And if I subtract, the remainder is 0. As you see, I already got to a remainder here. 0. That's the remainder. I don't have to keep bringing anything down. This means I already finished. Okay? So 2 over 5 is 0.4. But remember, I had a 1 over here. So what am I going to do? I'm going to write the 1, the point, and the 4. If you want to see it in another way for you to make it easier to understand, you're going to add the 1 that you had plus the 0.4 that you had as a result here. And this is going to be 4 and 1. 1 times 4. So remember, you write the 1 here, the point, and the 4. Let's see the next example for you to understand easy. So the next example is really easy. It's the same, okay? We're going to forget about the 2 for a while, or if you want, you can start by putting here a 2 and a point. That's it for now. Now we can start dividing. The number on top goes inside, the number in the bottom goes outside. This one is a 2-digit number. Let's see if you remember how this works. How many times does the 11 fit in the 5? Or 11 times what is 5? Nothing, right? Because 5 is less. So it's going to be times 0. 0 times 11, yeah, it's going to be 0, and we subtract. It's going to be 5. As always, I'm going to write here 0.00, and I'm going to start with this. Before bringing this 0 down, there is a point, so I'm going to put it up, and now I can bring the 0 down. It's going to be 50. 11 times what is close to 50? 11 times 4, right? And 11 times 4 is 44. And we subtract. This is 6. Easy. Now I bring the next number down, the 0. 11 into 60. 11 into 60 fits 5 times, which is 55. And we're going to have a remainder in this example. So, in this example, I already know that the fraction 5 over 11 is 0.45, but I had 2 over here. So it's going to be 2.45. That's it. Very simple. I hope you understand, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.